Hello again. I just finished the book, The Dragon Reborn by Robert Jordan. It is book 3 in the Wheel of Time series. And I have to say, it's another good book. I've been really impressed so far, and I hope this quality persists throughout the entire series. If so, that'd be a pretty incredible feat. Overall, the plot was very enjoyable. It was well paced. It was definitely a departure from the last book. I know that in the last book, I talked about how one character got 80% of the time spent in the book with their point of view. And this one, it's the opposite. It's spread out pretty evenly across several different groups. It bounces a lot between Matt, Perrin, and Egwene. And I like that a lot, but it's also a little jarring just going from focusing on that one single character to just bouncing through this whole ensemble, and then it mostly ignores that one character from the last book. But still enjoyed it. I like the different story arcs. I enjoyed the mystery plots going on with Egwene and Nineveh, and the adventure that the other two groups are going on is enticing the entire time. I was very happy to see Matt finally stop being obnoxious, and I actually enjoyed his chapters the most. I was very surprised and very happy with that. He was very annoying in the last two books, but I understand there was a plot reason for it, but it was not pleasant to read with him in the scene. Egwene and Genevieve and others have some cool moments, and getting to see more of the politicking and maneuvering that they take part in is cool. They add a lot of depth to the area that they're in, and shows just more of that society that they're taking part of. One thing that was really noticeable with them, though, was there's like a strange sort of hostility between Egwene and Genevieve in the last half of the book. It's not really a spoiler, but there's no real reason for it, and it was pretty annoying to read, honestly. I kind of wish that stuff had been left out. And finally, I know that it's a meme with the Wheel of Time, but I thought it was just like a meme that was overdone. In the first two books, it's not talked about at all, but Genevieve tugging her braid at least like 20 times in this book got very annoying very fast, and it's very noticeable how much Robert Jordan talks about her tugging her braid. It's very odd. But and then Perrin and the group he's with are pretty fun to go with. The new side character that he picks up along the way is very interesting. I'm curious to learn more about her. She's kind of enigmatic for right now. Once again, world building just really shines here. It's hard to find a parallel for just how good Robert Jordan his world building is. It's S tier. The only people I can think of that I've read so far that can compare are Tolkien, and Sanderson, and then maybe Pierce Brown's Red Rising series. That one seems pretty well fleshed out, but it's not as enjoyable to me. There was a lot of emphasis on the Aiel culture in this, and I was very excited to see that. The Aiel really stand out to me. Learning more about the Aes Sedai, really cool. I really want to learn more about them. I think they're being kept enigmatic in this book for a reason. But man, the Aiel, like, they blow me away. The best way I can describe them are like the Fremen from Dune, which are based pretty heavily on Arabic freedom fighters in the Middle East. But the way they're described, they look Irish. They're relatively pale skinned, and they have red hair and light eyes, which is interesting for a desert people. I'm curious if there's an explanation for that. And then they're like fantasy John Wicks. Like these people, there's two of them taking on 20 people and surviving pretty well. They're cool. I will say I knew getting into this series there would be a very large cast. It's one of the more commonly talked about things, and I didn't struggle with it in the first two books, but this book it started becoming really apparent just how many side characters there are, and it's hard to keep track of all of them. That's for sure. Not all of them are that important. It's pretty easy to keep up with the main cast of characters. That one numbers like a dozen or so. But yeah, keeping those side characters straight is hard, and it's just gonna get worse from here, I'm sure. Another thing that was weird to me is, so we're following three main groups for the most part, and then all these groups are doing these things, and at some point, all these groups end up at separate times, all being on boats, traveling down rivers. A lot of them end up in the same towns, but at different times, and trying to keep track of who's where is it's hard to do without reading back. Yeah, that was hard to keep track of. And there were also a couple of really like standout-ish like editing mistakes that I found really weird, but I mean that's not enough to ruin my reading experience, so it should be fine for most people. But yeah, all in all, really enjoyed this book. I think anyone who watches this, you should really give the book series or the show that launches in 2 days a try. If you like fantasy, you like cool stories, you like epics, magic, all that stuff, it's pretty awesome so far. I'm also going to throw in here, I just got these covers for Juniper Books that just make, like, look at that spine art. That's awesome. Did I spend too much money on it? Oh yeah, but it really pops on a shelf. But yeah, if you'd like to see me show those off in a video, that'd be cool. If anyone wants to be like, hey, Joseph, show off your $200 dust jacket collection, that'd be a cool video, I guess. But yeah, until next time, thanks for watching.